for just a few dollars. Heck, someone famously spent 10,000 BTC on 2 pizzas in 2010 when they were practically worthless. Sounds laughable now, doesn't it? Those same 10,000 coins would be worth over $652 million at current Bitcoin prices. And the early believers who took a chance on BTC's strange new tech when everyone called it a joke are now millionaires and billionaires. Fast forward to today, and we find ourselves living through those same historic early days of the next potential cryptocurrency revolution, Pi Network. A chance to get in on the ground floor of something that could mirror Bitcoin's stratospheric rise from worthless to priceless. But like BTC in its infancy, Pi is currently being laughed at, mocked, and dismissed by the skeptics unable to see the bigger picture. It's a scam. Those coins will never hold value. The jeers sound awfully familiar to what early Bitcoin investors faced. Are you going to be the one still blindly listening to those naysayer voices several years from now? Slapping your forehead as Pi's value skyrockets past $1,000, or it could reach $10,000 or even $100,000 per coin. Missing out on a generational wealth-building opportunity you had a front-row seat for? Or will you learn from the Bitcoin millionaires who put their egos and doubts aside to embrace revolutionary tech when everyone thought they were crazy? Those brave few are who got wealthy by believing before belief was mainstream. The choice is yours. Now imagine this for a second. It's 10 years from now and Pi coins are worth $10,000 each. Crazy, right? But what if I told you that making this dream a reality is totally in your hands as a Pi pioneer? You heard that right. The value of Pi isn't decided by some Wall Street fat cats or shady investment firms. It's controlled by us, the people actually using and believing in this cryptocurrency. Pretty cool. Huh? How is this possible, you ask? Well, it all comes down to one simple but powerful idea. Us pioneers own a massive 80% of all Pi coins in existence. That's an incredible amount of pulling power if we play our cards right. So let me break it down for you on how we can turn Pi into the next Bitcoin-level success. Don't sell your precious Pi, at least not cheaply. Hands up if you're guilty of this. You get excited seeing Pi's value slowly climbing and immediately think, cha-ching, time to cash out. But here's the thing, that's exactly what the skeptics and critics want you to do. They'll mock Pi all day as being just another shady crypto scheme. Their favorite line? Oh, Pi coins will be worth 10 cents at best. Well, let me ask you this, would you sell a future $10,000 for just 10 measly cents? Of course not. That would be completely bonkers. The secret weapon we pioneers have is our unity in refusing to sell our Pi for pennies on the dollar. If we have diamond hands and keep hodling until Pi reaches sky-high valuations like $1,000, $10,000, or even $100,000 per coin, that's when we'll really turn the tables. Because here's the catch, people without any Pi will be forced to buy from us at those lofty prices if they want to be part of the Pi movement and ecosystem. The value is literally in our hands to set. Now I can hear the skeptics laughing already. But who would actually buy Pi at $10,000 a pop? That's just greedy fantasy. But that brings me to the other crucial piece of this puzzle. Create real-world uses for Pi. The more, the better. For Pi to genuinely succeed and hit massive valuations, it needs to show communities all over the world using it for real payments and services, not just buying and selling the coin itself like a speculative asset. Imagine being able to walk into any coffee shop from Mumbai to Minneapolis and pay for your morning brew with some Pi. Or taking a taxi cab in Lagos where the driver gladly accepts your Pi payment. Heck, maybe you're getting a haircut one day and the barber lets you settle up in Pi. The bigger this Pi economy grows with regular people all globally using it for daily expenses, the more others will clamor to get their hands on some Pi coins. It becomes a necessity, not a novelty. And here's the really cool part. You pioneers are pivotal to making this Pi economy a reality. Think about any skill, service, or product you could offer and start accepting Pi as payment. It can be anything: tutoring sessions, consultations, freelance gigs, homemade goods, tech services, you name it. The key is creating that real-world demand and use case for Pi from the ground up. The more merchants, entrepreneurs, and businesses of all sizes who get on board, the faster this Pi environment expands worldwide. And the harder it becomes for critics to keep brushing Pi off as a joke when it's quite literally the currency running a whole underground economy. Now, I know what you're thinking. But why would I trade my hard work and services for some Pi coins instead of cold hard cash? Well, remember the golden rule I mentioned earlier: we pioneers hold the keys to setting Pi's value as high as we want. So if you value your Pi at $1,000 per coin, you better believe you'd be charging $1,000 in Pi for your offered services. The choice is yours: sell a coding gig to someone for just $50 cash, or charge them the equivalent 50 Pi, which could soon enough be worth a mind-blowing $50,000 as Pi's value skyrockets. That job just paid for your dream house or kid's entire college fund. And don't worry, you aren't alone in this endeavor. The brilliant minds at the Pi Core team are working hard to build apps, platforms, games, and services that also run entirely on Pi. Things like the upcoming decentralized Fireside Forum, where posting will require spending your Pi coins. So while you're creating your own Pi income streams, you'll also have all these official Pi offerings driving up demand for the coin too. We're attacking this value creation from all angles. The more successful pioneers and use cases we have, the faster this Pi environment snowballs into a worldwide phenomenon. Just like the internet itself started from small beginnings. Okay, but what if I don't have a service to offer? For some of you, the idea of creating a whole business around Pi might seem too heavy a lift. That's totally understandable. We're all at different places in our crypto journeys. But here's the beauty of this Pi movement. Even if you can't directly offer Pi-based services yourself, you can still be an indispensable part of its growth just by staunchly refusing to sell your coins for anything less than your target valuation. If every pioneer adopted that mindset and rejected any buyout offers below $1,000 per Pi, or $10,000 or $100,000, whatever lofty goal you set, it squeezes supply immensely. Basic economics, constrained supply against rising demand, inevitably pushes prices up. And as more people try to join the lucrative Pi economy we're creating, that demand vacuum forces them to meet our premium price valuations to acquire the coin. It's a self-fulfilling cycle. The skeptics can laugh all they want at us delusionally holding out for Pi to hit $10,000 or higher. But when everyday people start trading Pi at that valuation for basic goods and services, well, who's laughing then? The Pi revolution needs you on the front lines. Let's bring it back to where we started: you, the pioneering holders of 80% of the entire Pi cryptocurrency supply, collectively having the power to steer its valuation as high as you're united enough to enforce. Pretty mind-blowing responsibility, right? You're essentially foot soldiers in an economic revolution to overthrow the status quo of our deeply flawed financial system that benefits the few over the many. Think about it. No more shady bankers devaluing your hard-earned money through inflation year after year. No more middlemen leeches taking percentages of your transactions for simply moving numbers on a screen. No more unaccountable elites controlling the strings and direction of the entire economy. With Pi's revolutionary decentralized, transparent, and fair model, the people who actually provide value to the ecosystem receive that value in full. But like all revolutions throughout history, our Pi revolution won't be won easily or quickly. There will be naysayers, powerful opposition, and moments that test our resolve. Just look at the incredible struggles of the Vietnamese people over centuries of oppression before they finally achieved their independence and sovereignty as a nation. They faced invasions, genocide, and exploitation from the French, Chinese, Americans, and others. Yet through tenacious determination, they persevered and built the prosperous Vietnam we know today. In our own Pi revolution, the skeptics and oligarchs maintaining the outdated status quo financial system are Vietnam's modern oppressive forces. They'll use every weapon in their arsenal: mainstream media mockery, regulatory hurdles, disinformation, and manipulation to try breaking our revolutionary spirit. The key for us pioneers is adopting that same unbreakable Vietnamese resolve. We might face setbacks, delays, and distractions trying to shake our faith in this Pi mission. But if we stay united and firmly committed to expanding this parallel Pi economy, financial liberation is ours. I'm talking a world where our children inherit a stable, inflation-proof currency. We all have a stake in worldwide economic growth, not just self-serving billionaire oligarchs. Decentralized systems and technologies place power back in the hands of the people. Participation, not excessive capital, is the key to sharing in prosperity. That's the true revolutionary dream Pi is fighting for. An economic renaissance that transforms life for all people, not just a select privileged few. So stay strong and believe in yourselves. Pi Pioneers. Every service you provide, every product you sell, every Pi coin you earn or accumulate rather than prematurely selling brings us all closer to this new reality. Don't let the cynics and profiteers of the old system discourage you. Revolutions are never easy paths. But that's exactly why the vision of Pi is so powerful and necessary. We're dismantling an inherently unfair, rigged financial system and replacing it with a transparent, decentralized model that actually rewards the value creators, the working people of the world. As more pioneers embrace this revolutionary mindset of hodling Pi, perpetuating its real-world use cases, and spurning the fiat system designed to oppress us, the Pi revolution's momentum becomes unstoppable. A true economic renaissance placing power back into the hands of the people. So keep envisioning that future where your Pi stash is worth $10,000 or even $100,000 per coin. It's not just a fantasy, but an achievable reality if we stay united and resolute as a pioneering community. The keys to our financial sovereignty and generational wealth sit right here in our Pi wallets. Doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, artists, activists, people from all walks of life have joined this Pi movement as a referendum against the unfair status quo. Our nation of pioneers may not have official borders, but we're united in creating a new paradigm our children and their children will thank us for. The critics will inevitably become the converts once Pi's widespread adoption and valuation becomes undeniable. But we'll always be regarded as the fearless revolutionaries who had the foresight and determination to spark this economic awakening from the start. So stay diligent, stay hopeful, and stay united in our Pi beliefs, pioneers. The world is watching as we prove economic revolutions can still be won. Forward towards the Pi future.